What's up, everyone? My name is Ian, and I'm checking out the Steam Festival from February of 2021, where many indie developers get to release demos of their games. Right now, I'm checking out Gloria Victis, Siege Survival, the prologue. I've only hopped into the options to change the volume to something a little more reasonable. Now I'm about to get into the game. So let's see what Siege Survival, the prologue, has in store for us. If it's something that looks appealing to you, hop onto Steam and grab the demo. Let's get into it. Sixth day of summer, the year 1205, Kingdom of Midland. We were just starting harvest when the Izmirs struck out of nowhere, catching us off guard. Horns of war sounded through Adring, and the smoke-filled city streets ran red with the blood of its citizens. The savage warriors from Kargald had invaded our home. The town guard fought bravely, but the Izmirs were too many. Before long, the raiders were in the main square and the city center stood in flames. All we could do is send a messenger out to summon aid, while the outnumbered guards focused on protecting... The guards are probably focusing on getting supplies. The game's called Siege. We know what's coming next. Knowing the fate of the castle depends on food stocks, the guards gave their lives to help salvage as much as possible. Would the extra supplies help us survive the siege? It was up to the rest of us to ensure this sacrifice would not be squandered. The bloodshed continued unabated. Street by street, square by square, the Izmirs overran the city, murdering anyone who didn't escape in time. Then they prepared their war engines, smashing the gate connecting the town and the castle. We thought things couldn't get any worse when... Oh man. Without a doubt, it's gotta be that monstrous figure. I saw it in the cutscene, you can't fool me. The Kargalders were led by their infamous, nameless champion. Nothing I'd seen in my whole life was more terrifying than this beast-like figure. We'd all heard tales of the huge northerners, but nothing prepared us for the sight of this monstrous man walking up the streets of our city. In our hearts, we abandoned hope. We took shelter in the keep and took stock of the situation. Supplies were limited. Worse, the bastion gate was badly damaged, cutting us off from the defenders. No doubt the Izmirs would soon attack again. The castle, the only part of Eldring still uncaptured, was now under siege and was up to us to support our soldiers as they fight to stave off the enemy until relief comes. The bastion must hold. Alright, so we made a few choices there that presumably will impact our starting situation. Alright, I move my character around by clicking the left mouse button. Move the camera. WASD and QE, standard. Now we're going to go to the man sitting by the castle wall and talk to him. Alright, so... there we go. Moving around. Looks like that's me down there. Just cruising. It's Flint. Flint the worker. It's unstoppable. Yeah. Just take a look around, take stock, see what we've got. It's like that, it's not going to be of much use to us down there. Alright. Let's go talk to our man over here. Yep. You recognize the man before you. It's Bertram, a local carpenter. You're relieved to see he survived. It's clear, however, the events of the last day have scarred him in some terrible way. He just sits there seemingly unaware of your presence, shivering and pressing his hand to his chest. Let's take a look. As you check him for wounds, you notice something in his tightly clenched hand. It's a small, scorched doll. You suddenly realize this man has just lost his family. There's nothing you can do for this kind of pain. Still, perhaps a warm meal might snap him out of his state of shock. However, the kitchen was destroyed by Izmir trebuchets, the best siege engine. You'll have to build a fireplace first. With all this debris around, you will surely have no difficulty finding firewood and other useful materials. Okay, so we gotta make a meal for our man Bertram. To do that, we're gonna need to find materials needed to build stump with sawhorse. Suppose we could go to this flashing hand sign that says collect resources. Seems useful. Okay, we search through some rubble. See, these are the items we've got over here that we found in this rubble. Of course, like any solid looter, I'm just gonna hit the take all button and take this wood and these fibers. See where that gets us. Pop on over here. Hit that hammer button. So we can build things that are in green. Okay, and then we'll, that's kind of neat. We're going to choose what we build and we'll plop it down inside the castle walls. Oh, this is very fun. We gotta put this in the right spot, otherwise it looks like the besiegers will launch projectiles at us. So to make good choices on what goes over there. And personally, I think that maybe a sawhorse isn't going to be critical to being within the bastion. Protection of the city walls. This right here, this looks like a very nice spot. Right, Flint's on his way. He's gonna go build this thing. Checking out his fingers there. It's kind of a neat take on builders, the fact that we're kind of doing everything inside the castle here. Usually you build a castle and then it sits and you can't do anything else with it. All right, let's chop up some wood. Okay, so we've got wood. We want to craft some firewood. I could also craft planks. I could convert planks to firewood, but I'll convert wood to firewood, I think. Craft button. Let Flint get to work. Find some raw food. Very kind of the demo here to provide me flashing icons of where I need to go to collect food. Some eggs, some gross food, some fibers, and some mysterious materials. Grab all those. Build ourselves a little fireplace. Again, I don't think a fireplace is going to be critical to protection from the walls, so we'll just throw it down right over here. Sort of wonder if we're going to end up with, you know, multiple workers down here throwing people around, trying to build as many things as we can. Oh, not available. Making ourselves a meal, a nutritious meal out of eggs and wood. All right, let's go talk to Bertram over here. Let him know we've got a meal ready for him. Bertram is still exactly where you left him, shivering and pressing the tattered doll to his chest. His eyes stare absently, pain frozen on his face. It's as though his mind just cannot escape what must have been his darkest moment. Let's feed him some food. He barely notices your presence, but you manage to make him eat. Bite after bite, you can see life coming back into him. Finally, he puts down the empty bowl and falls asleep. It's safe to guess he hasn't once shut his eyes since yesterday. Let him rest. Bertram's recovery would be so much better if he had even a simple bed, which you could build with materials lying in the streets. The gate connecting the city to the castle is damaged, but you recall there's a secret passage leading to the city market. You could use it and look for some supplies under the cover of night. But wait a minute. Who's that man standing by the gate leading to the bastion? Let's go find out. We got a soldier at the gates. The soldier standing before you was covered in blood, his eyes dim with exhaustion, the tunic on his armor torn to shreds. Only once he speaks, you recognize Galvic, an experienced garrison member known and liked by the citizens for his cordial attitude. He's stunned and speechless by the loss of his aunt and nieces, yet another blow falling on a man already exhausted, but there's no time to grieve. Izmir's will attack soon, he says. We must resupply before it happens. Then he reveals that a group of soldiers is searching through the city as well, but they still haven't come back. That's why he needs your help. What can I do to help? We need arrows, he says, quite a lot of them. Of course, it would take days to craft them from scratch, but how about the Bowyer's workshop in the city? I always mess that one up. Bowyer's? That's your chance. Hurry, says Galvic. Our lives all depend on you. He returns to the bastion. The night has come. Alright, so we gotta send Flint out there to scavenge the city. Look around here, see if we can't find the Bowyer. Oh, that's our starting point. I see. So we got the crafts district. Looks like maybe nothing is really an option, except for what we've already selected. See if we can't find anything about where we want to go. And not really looking like we head to these places. I think we just pick this guy. It's the only one we can. All right, let's get into it. Ooh. You've entered the despoiled city below the castle. I'm going to move faster by double-clicking, but I'm going to be louder, and there are bad guys in this city. It's definitely a good idea to move carefully and mind your surroundings. So this is also a pretty neat take on the whole sort of management builder genre. Just kind of going to move around in this city that is under siege by these Viking types. Try to make sure I don't get caught. It's deeply unsettling there. No, I'm not really quite sure if I've got a limit on what I should be taking or not. I'm gonna go to the flashing exclamation point. You've found the workshop. Needless to say, the Izmirs had been here. The building has been scorched and looted. Its owner hangs from a nearby tree, a dozen arrows sticking from his body. As you gaze on the destruction, a chilling wind reminds you why you're here. To find arrows for the soldiers. Only one way to find out. Let's go inside. You'll prowl through the devastated workshop looking for the precious arrows among piles of broken parts and burnt-out furniture. Time passes, but you can't find any. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a flash in the dark, under a broken roof beam. Could it be? Yes! Arrows for the defense. You try to pull them out, but they seem stuck under the broken beam. You pull and pull until they're all yours. Suddenly, the dislodged beam collapses on top of you with all its weight. Pain shoots through... Whoa, let's take that one from the top. Pain shoots through your whole body. It takes you ages to pull free. As you leave the workshop, you see something's changed. The corpse has been taken down. An old woman leans over the body in the shade of the tree. She is sobbing, exhausted, and you guess she must be his mother. She had risked her life to cut her son down and bury him in a shallow grave. The woman struggles to move him, but she hurts herself with the axe under his belt. We're gonna help her. That's the kind of people we are. The woman is startled to see you approach, but you see relief in her eyes as she realizes you want to help. Once the corpse is buried, she gives you a small sack and silently walks away into the dark. It's got some valuables, and a bundle of arrows. Okay. Still need some wood, cloth, and fiber. Fine. Yet to run into any... oh. My boy Flint is wounded. This is terrible news. After a roof collapsed on him, I suppose. That would do it. Not sure where that goes. Some veggies over here. Take those for sure. Now it does look like I have a timer in the top right there. Sort of that gear ticking away from moon to sun. Oh, cannot carry those fibers. I got too much stuff in these pockets. What's he carrying now? Flint's got something over there. What, a mace? Incredible. I don't know where he picked that up. Let's go check on the, wherever this arrow is here. This is where the gate to the Golden Corner, the wealthiest district of the city, used to be, because the gate, struck by a trebuchet projectile, has collapsed into rubble. No doubt there'd be good pickings on the other side, but is it possible to clear a passage? Alas, the rubble is compressed and blocked by several collapsed ceiling beams. The way they are jammed, they could only be moved from the other side of the gate. Looks like the wonders of the famed Golden Corner will remain out of your reach for now. Them's the breaks, I guess. Alright. We'll cruise a little bit quicker here. Places to go, people to see. So far, no one has shown up to try to come after me. Feeling pretty overconfident here. See where it can take us. That never goes the wrong way, that's for sure. Okay, we're full up on wood. At least we got some more valuables. Ooh. Greens and herbs. Some of them. Got like a corpse over here. It's unfortunately gross. Another one hanging from the tree. I guess that's the unfortunate lot of this besieged city. Take what we can. Pretty full up on inventory space. Can't really get up here because of that noxious gas cloud, I assume. Not about to send Flint into that. That's a biohazard danger. He doesn't deserve that. Alright. More golden things. Not really quite sure how useful those are going to be for me. Or for Flint. You approach the city gate from the market to the harbor. It'd be an incredible convenient journey for your nightly journeys. The door, however, is solid and definitely shut. If Izmirs haven't been able to breach it, you need a key, but where could it be? Did we check under the rug in front of it? No, not much of a rug over there, is there? Alright. Alright, looks like night is returning today. Trolls are going to be sent over here soon. So we're going to want to get out of here. Stat. Let's go, Flint. Put a move on. Oh, this is very stressful. I really want to return? I do. Not looking to get stabbed tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the gameplay today. It's been about 20 minutes of Siege Survival. If this is something you found interesting, go ahead, hop onto Steam. You can check out the demo for free. Otherwise, add it to your wish list, and you'll get all the updates on when it's going to come out next. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, hit like, leave a comment what you thought about this game. Going to check out some more of the Steam Festival things coming up next, so stay tuned.